Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, and all those out at sea, this is Scott Hammond with the 100% Humboldt podcast in Humboldt County, California, with my new best friend. And you're going to say your last name. I know your first name's Leslie, but I got to get the last name right.
Castellano.
Castellano. Hi, Leslie.
Hey, Scott.
How's your day?
Today's been busy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I started off at 3:30 at the Skywalk.
Oh, that's right. You had Good Morning America in Eureka.
We did.
They were here at 3:30 in the morning?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, Nancy Olson said she was there, and she was real tired at like 11 today. 11.
Yeah.
Hi, Nancy. So you're going on like fumes right now.
It's okay. That's maybe normal.
Yeah, 3:30 in the morning. Want some coffee?
I've had a couple of rounds of coffee,
Wow. So they have to broadcast really early for the East Coast.
Exactly.
So that's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and we didn't really start broadcasting until 4. But they wanted us there so we would be ready when they started.
So you're up at the Skywalk at the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Jim Campbell Spickler.
Yeah.
Was he there?
He was not part of the crowd. He was present in attendance, but he wasn't part of the crowd. They kind of, it was a good mix of people from different, like the chamber, the Eureka Main Street, some realtor-facing folks. Anyway, just different community members there.
My friend Lucky was there from Rotary. He's a realtor.
Oh, yeah. I missed him. It's funny. We were just emailing yesterday.
It's funny.
We should have chatted.
Yeah. Well, hi, Lucky. That's really cool that we got represented. Thank goodness it wasn't raining.
Yes, definitely. Thankful.
Look, it's in the redwoods. It's dumping rain.
Yeah.
No,
it would have changed the tone.
It's 65 and perfect all January. Sorry.
Right.
Wasn't snowing. So tell us the Leslie story. What's your day job? And then I want to hear about where you're from. AI says you're local, so that's pretty good.
Oh, good.
We'll see how local you're.
Right. I'm here now.
Yeah, you're in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm present with you right here.
Exactly. Very local.
So you're a city council person?
City council person.
Yay.
Representing Ward 1 for the city of Eureka. And my day job is I'm the executive director of the Ink People Center for Art and Culture here, based out of Eureka, California, but serving kind of mostly Humboldt County and some of the wider North Coast region. Nice.
I wanted to talk all about the arts and why it's important to us and our economy, but also us as human beings.
Right.
We'll get there. So tell me about you and where did you go to school? What's your deal, man? What's your story?
What's my deal? Okay. Well, mostly I grew up in Florida.
Uh-huh.
A lot of my family's from Oklahoma, so I spent a little time in my kind of age 1 to 5 in Oklahoma. But then the other part of my family's from Florida, so grew up in the Panhandle, so the lower Alabama part of Florida, and that's like the Gulf of Mexico, so lots of like white sand beaches, oak trees, bayous, Spanish moss, and then I went to school in New College in Sarasota, which is a small liberal arts college, or was a small liberal arts college. It's had some changes in recent years. But
so what did you study there?
I studied anthropology, and then about a year and a half in, I decided I didn't want to be an anthropologist, so I switched to social sciences in general. But the anthropology kind of informed some of my thinking around art and culture and just some of the framework around that. I had like 2 years of credit going into college because I was dual enrolled in high school. So
So you were smart.
I don't know.
You were advanced.
I'm a keener, right? So anyway, I was able to, I was only in college for a few years because I already had a lot of school under my belt.
So did you graduate?
Of course.
Got a degree?
Yeah, I graduated. Sorry, that's weird.
Of course I did. How dare you? Yes.
I do like to finish things I began. That feels important.
That's good. So anthropology kind of plays into politics perfectly.
It does, right? Yeah, it's in social, for sure. Thinking about how we form the social spaces we live in, how they inform us. Yeah. That kind of play between, right, like the way our experiences inform how we imagine the world, and then also how the way we live together and imagine the world then shapes our experiences.
I was going to go back to the baseline of how history repeats itself, how we make the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Yeah, there's that too.
It's not always that, but there is that anyway.
Yeah. So, the story of human civilization is has some pretty dark turns that we seem to make.
Crazy,
again.
Oh, my 21-year-old's kind of a student of history, and he's reminding me with some of his revisionist crazy stuff too. But another story for another day. So, what got you to Humboldt?
Growing up in Florida, there's definitely a West Coast mythos that I, as a 19, 20-year-old was pretty attracted to, and had some friends, did a little bit of road tripping during the summers in my youth. And so I had come to California and then had friends that had moved out here. And so when I was kind of wrapping up my my coursework at New College, I came out and wasn't intending to settle in Humboldt County. Had a couple of friends who had moved here, and just kind of got involved in the community, and then it just kind of slowly grew, and here I am. Deeply involved now.
And it got into you. Yeah.
It got into me. Yeah.
That's okay. That's good.
Yep.
I always say you could do a lot worse than Humboldt County.
Oh my gosh. So I love it here.
That's good. What do you like about it? Love about it?
Right. Gosh. I mean, I think what first drew me, I was and still try to be a pretty avid kind of hiker, outdoors person. It was just a combination of mountains, rivers,
everything,
forest, ocean.
I'm married to one of your people.
Very good. We're good people. We're good people.
She did Lamphir Dunes this week and got in trouble and had the permit.
Oh, good.
Still
good
got
job.
in trouble. It's closed, but they said it was open, but it's closed.
Right. You're but I tried. I really tried to do the right thing.
I said, Jody, you tried to do the right thing here. But yeah, she's hiked pretty much everywhere. She hikes with the Fortuna group, the old farts. They're every Wednesday for the last 200 years, they have gone on a hike somewhere. Ah. Yeah, they're hardcore.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, they're really neat. Better be there early, though. They leave.
Yeah.
Right, Reese Hughes?
Oh, good.
Hi, Reese. So, wait, I'm talking to you, not to Reese.
I'm like, hi.
Wait, she's not here. So you're a hiker. Good place to hike.
Yeah, good place to hike. And then, so that was what first drew me here.
Favorite hikes?
Oh gosh, I mean, my favorite closest hike is Malel Dunes. It's always wondrous, that kind of meeting place between the ocean and the dunes and the forest, and the way the dunes open up there, and
it's kind of otherworldly.
It is.
I intersection.
Love it.
Ever been there for the mosquitoes?
I think I've been there for the mosquitoes.
Well, or
they've been there for me.
Yeah. Well, it goes both ways.
Yeah. Right. Reciprocal relationship. I really like the Dolison Meadow hike that goes down to the Emerald Creek. That's my favorite sort of long hike. It's the one I've been to the most.
What's the road called up by Lady Bird Johnson that you get there?
Is it Bald Hills Road? Is it?
It's Bald Hills,
yeah.
Wow, you're 2 for 2. You're like Jody's 2 favorite right now.
Oh.
Maybe.
All right. Hey, Jody. We should chat.
What's your third one?
My third. Ooh.
All right, Jody, this is for all the money if she gets this right.
I know. I don't think I will. I'm sorry, Jody, ahead of time.
She's panicking.
I feel like I didn't know it was a game show. Shoot.
No, we do that later.
I think these aren't Humboldt hikes, but the Trinity Alps. I just love the Trinity Alps in general. And, last summer I went for the first time to the Marble Mountains, and I've been wanting to go there for years. And
right.
I was very...
Is that Siskiyou County?
Thrilled. It is. Yeah. It is. It was beautiful. I want to go again and I spent a couple nights.
Did you go up 96 or 3 or way up to somewhere?
96, and then I forget the road we took from there.
Way out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I think the local Humboldt hike, I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of ties for third.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Jody, you'll have to tell me your third favorite, and then
I'll pick for her. Probably anything in Prairie Creek. Straight
okay.
park.
I do. Yeah, Prairie
Pretty
Creek is
amazing.
good. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do smaller hikes. Anyway, so hiking brought you here, kept you here.
Yep.
What else?
Well, when I first moved here, I taught preschool for 5 years, and I kind of dove into Tai Chi, studying Tai Chi, and so that was the first like community I formed or was part of. I was not knowing at the time. I guess I have a nerdy interest in like doing things that cultivate collectivity. And so, it's like, right, like you can go to a Tai Chi class, but I was like, I'm going to make a Tai Chi newsletter and we're going to have Tai Chi potlucks and we're going to get together in the morning and do Tai Chi.
Connection, community. That's cool.
Exactly. So, that was...
So this was your group that you grew it?
I was not the teacher, for sure. No, I was a student.
You brought
I was
people together.
Yeah. I was definitely a knitter in that space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I like that. So you stuck around, and then what'd you do for work?
Stuck around, taught preschool for a while, and then I decided that it was mid-20s that I'm like, maybe one day later I'll come back to teaching. I love working with young children, but I was like, I'm going to explore other things. At that time, Tai Chi kind of brought me to studying contact improvisation, which is a dance form based on, if you think about Aikido, right? Like where you have people using like momentum to work in combat situations or work against one another. Contact improvisation would be kind of taking those same principles, but using like momentum, kind of like sensing one another's like a center to work collaboratively as a dance practice.
Fun.
And so I started studying contact improvisation pretty seriously.
Is this upright? I mean, people stand and do it?
Yeah, it's a dance form. It can be pretty acrobatic. I still practice and teach that dance form.
Throw someone into a somersault?
Yeah, I mean, you like flip up on people's shoulders, and I flip people up onto my shoulders, and you can kind of go back and forth, like using momentum to kind of continue the movement.
Parkour.
Yeah,
people parkour.
Yeah, I like that metaphor. So anyway, study that pretty seriously, and which I'll get to how that informs like politics maybe, but through that practice and through being somewhat involved with at that time, I got involved with the Biodiesel Roadshow, Sustainable Communities Biodiesel Roadshow, which was a local group that was kind of associated with the Redwood Peace and Justice Center. That we had a big biodiesel bus, and we would go and do like giant puppets and stilt walking at like protests and things like that.
Wow.
And so,
like Black Rock or
some of the people were going there
Burning
for
Man.
sure. Yeah. I mean, I've been to Burning Man, but this was sort of like, this is like post 9/11. So sort of there was a lot of like political activation around that time. And so kind of both of those things, I was like, I need a place to practice dance and to make giant puppets. And so found a warehouse with a couple friends in the in Old Town, and that's when Synapsis was formed, which is kind of an art space, and I'm still sort of loosely holding the container of.
Where's that? Is that the one on like second by Eagle House down that way?
No, it's on Union Street, kind of Union and Wabash, which is just across from that big Caltrans campus if you're in Humboldt County. And it's, so now it's a not an old funky warehouse space, but a old community hall. It's an old Finnish hall that was built in 1904 that we've renovated. Now we own it, renovated it, and turned it into a community space.
Did Access Humboldt do a video there with the drummers with
I
Michelle
believe
Whiteley
so. Yeah, we
drumming?
had a drum brigade there, so there was
Yeah, they've
definitely.
shown that a lot.
Oh, do they? That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Access Humboldt.
Thank you, Access Humboldt. You're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. So you're doing all the things. So how did that?
Maybe too many.
That's okay. You learn by doing. So how did that transition then to politics?
Right, exactly. So contact improvisation, right? It's ideologically, it's a dance form where, and this may be a little esoteric at first, but I think it makes sense in my body, so whatever. I'm sharing it now. Anyway, it's a dance form that's, right, it's, so you're in this relationship where you're sensing someone else's body. It's a non-codified form, and it also, you're constantly in a relationship of change, right? Because you're sensing what's possible in that moment, and trying to kind of make the best out of it, really, by doing something that's like creative and creative, such kind of a weird word, but like that's something that's
spontaneous,
spontaneous, and I think generative of like what is possible through this connectivity, right? And perhaps that's like a thing of beauty, depending on how you define beauty, or at least maybe a space of curiosity. I think the idea of curiosity is really valuable in that practice. And so that kind of informed, I think, just the way I think about community and like connecting to people is like, trying, right? Like we, in contact improvisation, it's not that you don't bring skills and training to the work, but then you take, those are your tools that you use, just like political training or anything like that. But then, it's in that meeting point that you're like there with another person or more than one person. There can be like trios or quartets or like group scores. But also this idea of like sensing another person, people, and seeing what's possible, right? And doing something that's collaborative and generative for the exchange that you have with one another.
Is it designed for fun? Should it be fun?
Yeah, and it's fun.
Let's do one right now.
I mean, sure. I'm teaching a class later tonight, so you can
tell us about that. You want to do a shout out on that? Are you adding more people all the time?
Sure. Yeah.
Shout it out.
Yeah. Thursday evenings at Synapsis, we do contact improvisation. There's class and jam. Sometimes there's live music.
Wow.
And folks can learn what this form is.
Wow.
What
time?
6:30, and then there's like a warm-up, and 7, there's open dancing. Sometimes the class goes longer. It sort of slightly changes week to week, but if you come at 6:30, there will be people there and dancing.
So you're going to stay up 24 hours today, aren't you?
I think I might. I know. I'm like, oh, maybe. I'm going to, I
maybe
know.
I'll sit this one out.
I have like more work to do anyway, we'll see how far I can go.
So day job, you're the director of Ing People.
Yep.
And you were our neighbors at State Farm next door, and now you've moved and going to move again to downtown, new building.
I know. It's very exciting.
I saw a builder coming out of there too.
Yeah, there is work happening. I mean, one of the joys of taking on an old building is finding the things that need to be repaired, and taking care of them and kind of bringing it back to life. So
was it Ichabod's Billiards last time?
It was Rose's Billiards.
And Ichabod might have been before Rose.
Yeah.
But it was a pool hall and beer joint.
It was a pool hall.
That was fun.
It was like the Eureka Alibi for a minute.
Club West, way back.
Club West. That was when I first moved here. It was Club West, and saw some good music there. So it's for the Ink People, it will be a gallery, small venue. Our youth classroom is there, where youth learn like graphic design, digital animation,
music. Right?
Music recording. We're building in a small recording studio there, and we're going to have a youth-run coffee shop there. That's like a workforce development project. So youth will learn workforce development skills.
Wow. I don't have to go to Starbucks.
Right. You don't have to now also.
Yes, I know. I quit a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have so many. Oh my God. I know. I mean, it'll be a great opportunity for the youth. We do have many very good coffee shops in Old Town already. But
Well, we'll get to that when it's quiz time.
Yeah.
Which is coming right up. So you direct all the folks and run the show, and you're transitioning now because you're in this whole big new building, and wow, got to move all the stuff eventually. And
yes, we will. Yeah, by the end of June.
Do the reset.
I know it's the building as a project checks a lot of boxes in that. I've been involved with the Ink people for a long time as a board member, and then and so really got to know Libby Maynard, in that space, and Libby had a vision and a dream for the Ink people to have a permanent home before I became the director, and I really also felt a lot of alignment and care for that vision and dream because there's something about. One, the organization's been around since 1979 and has never really had its own space. We were in the municipal auditorium for quite a while, but then after that big earthquake in 2012, we lost that space and really kind of hopped from space to space in the intermediary time. And anyway, so it's really exciting to kind of take on this project that one will serve the community in terms of really amplifying the work that we do. We support, more than 90 different Dreammaker projects, which is our fiscal sponsorship program, and plus our youth program, plus all of the placemaking, placekeeping work we do, and and to really have a space where people can gather and have those cultural exchanges, have those creative exchanges, be a support space, even more so than we are now for artists and culture keepers.
I think I get it. It's nice.
It's such a dream. It's so great.
So why, you just told us kind of what the vision is.
Yep.
You did. Why is art important to me, a human being on the planet?
Oh, gosh. I think it's almost...
Ergo, Ink people in Eureka and Humboldt.
I think it's almost survival right now in the sense of, right? And coming back to that kind of early root of anthropology, okay, the world is informing how we experience ourselves and how we experience one another. And, in a world in which we're really, whatever your belief system, I think looking at these, environmental, social, political crises, or at least the instability, and how do we create a space for what we want and what we care about within that, and and for sure people have many ways of expressing that, but
not so healthy,
right?
Yeah,
also that, but art, culture, I think, are the ways where we really envision our beliefs in a way that I think generates possibility and care
and connection.
Exactly. And it's also, I think, a way in which we try to wrestle with the things that we don't understand or the things that are troubling us, but wrestle with them in a way that allows for transformation.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy to get on our social media and be angry, and which hopefully that's cathartic for someone. I don't know.
I wonder anymore.
Right? It's is this?
I wonder.
But I think often it ends up being these ways in which we actually sort of devolve what's possible with our connectivity, with that relationship. I still think there are some seeds of of people connecting in social media spaces, but when people are creating things and especially having those exchanges through what they're making and inviting other people into that process, then I think we really do find ways to arrive at connection together,
common ground.
And joy is important.
I think about the music piece,
right?
Kids creating music together. How could that be bad?
I know, such a dream.
And I wonder if sometimes this is the space of cultural division anymore. So this is not probably art. I don't think I'm getting too much art going. Anyway,
I know.
I don't know. Maybe it is creative space.
And yeah, I am on the device too much myself, I think.
Yeah, they said 80 times a day. Excuse me while I death scroll during my show. Hi. Can you yeah, no, it's some bad stats. It's just not.
Yeah.
It ain't that great. There is a lot of potential. So to poo-poo Facebook or TikTok, we're not going there. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. I like the space of art, what it creates.
Right. When you're talking about that, I was thinking about just like I think a lot because I'm in, I have the privilege of being in different spaces of like, what are the commons, right? And right. Sometimes I think like, oh, like these social media spaces are like this, like digital commons or, but the way they've been, right, like intentionally manipulated to be also like places of actually like commerce, in ways that aren't designed to center the person, the user, but are designed, right? Like everyone knows that like division sells things more, when people are sad or angry or upset, I'm
going to buy
more things,
I'm going to get that endorphin. Excuse me, I got to buy something real quick.
Right?
Endorphin hit.
Yeah, it's
Whoa,
wild.
Look at the record I just bought, Nick.
Yeah.
I bought a vinyl. No. So I want to bring vinyl into this in a minute, but yeah, it's an interesting dynamic because we're right in the middle of it, and I think this adds to the dysfunction and the division, and I think even more so when we're fed all kinds of algorithmic crap. Yeah. Here's a diet of total division,
right?
And I'm not creating while I'm dividing. I don't think
exactly, or it's like is destruction? I don't. Yeah,
maybe there's creative dividers out there. How perverse could that? Go down that route.
I think there are.
Yes, they exist. They're really good at it. So
yeah.
So for me, I've collected vinyl since my birthday, January 2nd.
Okay.
I got a really good stereo. Nick's got a killer stereo over there, and a really good vinyl collection due to his special guest host Scott Hammond. So it's been really fun, and it's created community for me to collect old and new rock and roll and Windham Hill New Age and freaking jazz records and make connections with people, whether live or not, in person. And the guys that I just like nerding up on Miles Davis or Led Zeppelin 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And so, and to listen to stuff and all that reminiscent and here we go, creative. I'm touching it. I'm feeling it. I'm smelling how weird is that? And playing the record and cleaning it. Yeah. And Jethro Tull never sounded any better.
Right. The sensorial experience, right? It's like more, there's the sound of the record, but also, all of this texture and history. And it's like it's a kind of art object in a way.
It sounds so much better.
Yeah.
On my stereo.
Yeah.
Siri, play, I don't know, Blue Oyster Cult. And it's just, here's the song and it's tinny and it's okay. And I got a good speaker, but it's not. Now, if we put Blue Oyster Cult on the record player, there might be some dancing going down. So maybe not to that, but anyway, digress. So hey, give a shout out to Ink People real quick, and then we'll move into the quiz, where you can win a fabulous. Oh, are you kidding? A Dick Taylor Tanzania bar.
Whoa! Okay, shout out to the Ink People.
Yeah. Shout them out. How do you get a hold of the ink? How do we give you a jag or a bar of gold or just a bag of $100 bills?
Sure. Well, we have a great website, inkpeople.org. Pretty easy to find. You can email me, Leslie, Leslie, at inkpeople.org. You can also call us, 707-442-8413. 8413? 8413?
442. That's 442 per bucket. That's an old joke. All the old people in the community will know that. That was Anderson Robinson Insurance. Call me at 822 per bucket.
Oh.
It's like, okay, Steve, we will. So we could give you things. Do you do PayPal and Venmo and all the things?
Yeah, we do that. We don't really do Venmo. It's a little tricky. They haven't figured out the pathway for nonprofits in a way that's really great.
Huh. So Cash App or
we have PayPal, and we have a donation button there on our site that any donations right now will definitely support the beautification, the reopening of the new building, and then also, of course, like our youth program. which the youth program is great. It's the Mars Project Media Arts Resource Zone, year-round free program for youth. During the school year, we're open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. And it's really fun. We just started this, last summer, we started a youth advisory panel that kind of informs the workshops and things that happen. And we now have a youth board member who serves as that intermediary between the board and the teens. And
that's cool. I like
it's really fun.
Just triggered a good memory. Next door, we had this organization called the Ink People, and they'd have kids outside playing sax on Thursday afternoon. And it was great. I would go, what's going on? I'd go out and watch and kind of hang out, and they would jam, and it was fun. I think Stanley would come out and play a sax and do lessons, and it was cool.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Corey Goldman is the music-focused youth mentor, and he's an amazing musician, multi-instrumentalist, and really supports a lot of youth and their recording projects or little emergent bands and things.
Wow.
It's a neat little scene back there.
Speaking about a neat scene, Tactile Chocolates, our big sponsor, huge in Old Town Eureka, which is right over here in my Eureka map. Do you see where Old Town is? Can you see it from there?
No. I mean, I see Eureka and I know where Old Town is.
Just take my word, it's over there. So today you're playing for all the marbles.
Oh gosh.
This is a 65% dark chocolate Tanzania Tactile chocolate bar, courtesy of Tactile Chocolates.
I'm a fan.
Are you ready?
Maybe.
Okay. Question number 1.
Okay. I'm like, oh no. Okay.
I never do the pregnant pause with the bell. I kind of let's do it again. Question number 1. What is life-giving for you and what is soul-sucking and draining for you?
Oh, life-giving. Dancing, camaraderie with friends, emergent performance projects that connect land practices with somatic practices. And
Wait, what is that? I think I might know what that is, but I don't know what that is.
This is a quiz for you.
Okay. Question number 1. Somatic practices with what? Land
practices. Yeah.
Okay.
So body as sight, land as sight, and this idea of I really like doing somatics, so practices related sensing and moving in relationship to sensing, in relationship to land
or nature or forest or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm actually one of those people who goes out into the woods and dances in the woods.
You're a woods dancer.
Yeah, I am. It's not just a Saturday Night Live comic moment. It's actually I'm
I've
doing
seen some
that.
of you.
Totally. It's
down in Garberville. There's lots of
but you
wood
can
people.
I actually put on these little symposiums about it and bring together, and I like to bring together people who are doing land cooperatives and housing cooperatives and seed projects, and then have them converse across with people who are doing somatic practices, performance practices, art practices, and kind of actually talking about that there's this connectivity as embodied practices are deeply connected to land because we are people who are in relationship to land, whether we know it or not.
What I like about that, and I don't know if that works, but what I like about it is I think there's people that would be curious enough to go, what is that? Let's do this and try that and be discovering stuff. I don't know what's possible. Anyway, so what's soul sucking for you?
I mean, fear, but I think fear is soul sucking for everyone. I think, doom scrolling for sure, as mentioned already. But I think it's the way that I think through fear, people right now are just hyper conditioned to okay, sorry, I'm how do I say this without? I'm just going to use an example. Okay, being someone who's in a lot of spaces, I get called out on social media, right? Which that's just part of life now. Which in and of itself isn't, I get it. I get that people are like trying to engage with something, but I think the way that like those conversations take place often are like there's no actual learning in
No.
those spaces.
Rarely.
And so it's like being in a process of like talking about politics or community or the world where we're not willing to or also activating, right? Like the capacity to learn and grow together. And for me that's like so important to be in a community is that I like have to also be a learning person, to do a job well.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I was actually thinking earlier about just the difference, right, between like calling out and calling in, and like how we can like create a space for critique that invites change and kind of holds people like accountable. I think that's important,
Yes.
but in a way that like creates the possibility for like action and like doing in relationship to it. I'm a kind of perpetual doer. So yeah. So I think when things just feel like they sort of create those like devolve into like pinning someone in a space that doesn't allow for change, that feels pretty soul sucking.
Right. That results in all kinds of other negativity. So
Right.
do you know my friend David Frank? He's on. He said something just like this. He's on. Is it Gronk? It's not Gronk. It's sorry, David. I'm doing your show disservice. So he and the attorney from Sohum are on a show on Access Humboldt.
Okay.
And he said something very similar. So you get to meet David probably at some point after this. So
Oh, good.
same idea. We could definitely get people together to talk in a space that's safe and maybe actually
Exactly.
create a win.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Because I love like encountering difference in a way where, right, I think it's healthy to challenge one another and to like, I mean, maybe not something as formal as debate, but to really be able to actually like dig into some issues, dig into our challenges. Because, honestly, like if we had it figured all out, like we would just do the thing, right? We'd be like, cool, we're living in relationship to the land and we're not harming, like the environment. And,
We're not there yet.
everyone has food and is taking care of it. And clearly we haven't figured it out because there are real challenges that we need to address. And so to really be in a space of like, how do we generate possibility to try something in that
and get
space?
curious.
So, yeah.
So how did you arrive at that viewpoint? So having those kind of questions.
Is that a test?
Yeah, here comes number 2. This will be my quiz. I'll be conducting the quiz, please. Don't reach for my bell. Stay over there. So question number 2, you have the whole day to do whatever you want to do. And money's not even the problem. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you got Friday off. What do you do? What's your day look like, Leslie?
I mean,
the day off.
My day off, right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you don't want to know. No, let's see. Gosh, a day off. It's been a little while. I for sure I like to go be outside. I like depending on how much of a day off, like to go somewhere where it's pretty quiet and I don't know. I like to be in a relationship of awe with the natural world. So, going someplace beautiful. And then perhaps, in the evening, if I were to come back in town and not be camping or something, then I would like to go see some live music or a performance, a theater piece or something like that. Just because there are so many incredibly talented people. I love to, go see what people are making.
Wow. I like that. That's a good one. Go see live doers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we like live music so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3 for all the marbles. Ready?
Okay.
What are you proud of? And then what regrets do you have?
Personally proud of, or like proud of like
proud of for you? No, it's just you.
All right.
Any regrets? Any points of pride?
Sure. I'm proud of like the caring relationships I have with people in in this community.
That's cool. Love that.
So like, this seems so silly and sensitive,
with some exceptions.
I'm also proud of the housing that's getting built in Eureka right now, even though perhaps some people are frustrated by it. I am proud that there will be more affordable housing for people. And I understand some of the frustrations, but I do feel proud of what I feel is the greater good around that. And let's see, what do I most regret?
Yeah, something, maybe a regret. Unless you have a list, in which case, yeah.
Let's see. I think, gosh, I mean, it's not a personal regret. I really don't like resource scarcity and the way it creates like tension between people. But that's just like the world. But I think personally, like there's some part of me is like, like it would be cool to go to grad school, I kind of like did my chunk of schooling like really early, and I've had the opportunity to study with a lot of different people, but it could be fun. It could be fun in a really nerdy way to go to grad school.
Yeah. I was thinking of a Midwest college, like a really beautiful little town, and just go to grad school. That'd be fun.
Right.
A couple of years and just do
relaxing.
whatever. Yeah. Well, for the bonus question.
Uh-oh.
How do you feel right now?
I feel pretty joyous. Yeah.
Good. I hope you're comfortable. Hey, guess what? You're the winner chicken dinner.
What?
Of the Tanzania 65% dark chocolate.
Amazing.
From Kilobero Valley. I don't even know where that is. It's in Tanzania somewhere.
Okay.
So congrats. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. Thank you, Deanna Dick. She's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's move it on here. You ready?
Okay.
We're going to bring it on home.
All right. So
let's talk about Eureka and all the things, and talk about progress, I don't know, opportunities, and so I formulated this question all on my own today. So we give you $5 billion for you, not for the council, but it's your money and you're a philanthropist, and you're going to throw $5 billion with a big B billion at Eureka.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Where's it going to go, and what percentages go to what?
Okay. Ooh, okay. I wish I had a piece of paper, but that's okay.
Just wing it.
It'll
Just
be rough.
roughly.
Yeah.
This is rough math. Rough dream.
Let's see. I recently created a plan for a guaranteed income for artists. But anyway, so I would do a guaranteed income program for artists in Eureka for 2 years, and that would be, I don't know, that's not even that much money, but like, let's say 30 artists. I would create, okay, I live near Wabash Street, and I think I love the zoning on Wabash. It's neighborhood commercial zoning. So I would like buy up a couple of underutilized properties and create like mixed use neighborhood commercial sites on them. So, like cafe, brew pub, bakery kind restaurants downstairs with like housing above and in the back, because there are so many people who live right there,
like the Creamery District
neighborhood.
In Arcata.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But perhaps even a little more. Anyway, I think that neighborhood would really benefit from that kind of development. Let's see. I really want to do a parklet in front of Synapsis, so a small amount would go to a parklet.
Selfish money. You could. Some of it's for you. It's your money.
Well, it'd be for the neighborhood.
You're
people
the
could come
benefactor.
and it's free for the public. But like just a place where people can like gather. I don't know. I like the idea of mini parks. And I would, maybe I would like fund some ADUs. That would, right, like it would be sort of like affordable housing, but also would create some economic opportunity for the homeowner, but then also create housing, well, we all know like C to F Street in Old Town. I would
like Old Town.
Yeah.
Proper Old Town. Yeah,
proper Old Town.
It's right over here in Eureka.
right there. In Eureka. I would do like a mixed use site there that had like a kind of an outdoor park in the middle that was there's a place in Sacramento that's really cool. It's like a it's like an outdoor kind of like little venue, and so there would be like games, like outdoor games people could play, maybe like barbecue things, and like, but like also like a maybe like a brewery or some sort of beverage place. But then also there would be like some mixed. I really like mixed use like housing commercial, so a couple of those sites kind of flanking it, but also like open space for the community there in the center.
I like it. Can I do one on your 5 billion?
Okay. All right.
This is kind of selfish. It's not really that altruistic, but I would revisit Halverson and put an amazing convention concert venue.
Oh, okay.
It could be a multi-use crazy thing.
Yes. So
state of the art with all the things, all the equipment.
Yeah. Well, I came up with this whole plan. We didn't get funded for it, but anyway, to basically like create like a mound that would be a stage, but then when it's not being a stage, right, it could still be used by people. And so to create sort of like a mounded stage with like native gardens around it, and then redo all the bathrooms and everything so that they would get be usable, because there's actually all of this, I think, opportunity to bring like kind of slightly larger touring bands here. I mean, we all experienced the fun of the Sarah Bareilles show, like
string cheese,
where I think that exactly, like we could really like it was so magical to see all of these folks come together and celebrate, and
for
oh my
both
gosh,
things, right?
Really lovely. And so I think that site really could have some cool improvements there. Yeah.
And it's not going to block anybody's vision.
Exactly.
Carson Mansion's way on top of it.
Yeah. And it meets all of those like coastal commission kind of requirements, right? Of like, if you make changes, you want to improve or increase the public use. So it would be, you'd have to get a coastal development permit probably, but it would be something that you could easily move through the process. So
So as we're winding down, I want to know about your legacy. But before we do that, so all the high-rise parking, we're not developing high-rise parking yet. So I'm right downtown, and I got a not in my backyard moment when I looked up and I'm going, shit, that thing's going 5 stories plus. And thanks. 4. Is Miles part of that? Was he part of that whole approval of all the housing that you guys were mandated to do?
Well, I mean, he's city manager, so he is his job is to kind of enact the will of council, and the community in a way that also like meets what's possible.
Is he a nice man?
Miles,
do you guys get along good?
We get along really well.
Hey, Miles.
Miles
has been on the show. I saw Miles the last 3 weekends. It's weird. He's like my new best friend or something.
Oh. All right. Hey, Miles.
And I live hi, Miles. And I live in McKinleyville, so I have nothing. I have no foundation other than anything. So my bigger concern is not the fact that it's happened and happening and will happen. Is parking, because I'm told. Here we go. Somebody on social media, a friend of a friend, told me that parking is going to be a big issue when these folks all move in. And it's not all low income, right? It's a mix, right?
It's affordable housing, so it's.
Is it tiered? There's different.
It's kind of like
sizes?
Workforce housing would be a good way of thinking about it. And I believe some of the units are, and there are some tiers within that spectrum, but you have to. Generally speaking, I think it's like people's income is between $20,000 to $40,000 in that range. There's some great charts. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere around that.
So my only concern is parking,
right?
Because all the McRae guys, because even during construction, my parking is suddenly like rare for the 97-year-old lady that has to walk 3 blocks now to come up the stairs and can't quite make it in to come and say hi. Yeah. So those are the concerns. So are we going to build some parking? Is there parking built into these? For
sure. So one of the big part of this is, and this the big grant funding stream that supported this is the ASICS grant, Affordable Community something. But that includes a lot of like work around transit improvement. So I'm also on the board of Humboldt Transit Authority. When you're on council, you're on these other boards and commissions too. But
and we'll talk about that just a second too. The new transit center.
Okay, great.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we're getting into the
let me let you finish.
So anyway, there's transit built into that. It is on our radar that there could be a point where we reach enough parking density that we need to build a parking garage. According to all the studies that have been completed thus far, we're not yet to that point. But that's definitely something that's been on my radar and is on other folks' radar of that. If we get to that density, we should, reserve some sites that could be used as that. Of course, right, there's a lot of ways in which, in relationship to our kind of like environmental responsibility, right? If we look at the climate action plan, like we really need to be transiting, using public transit more, using bicycles more. And the only way to do that is one, to make it more available and accessible, but also, to like, and I won't say to make it harder to drive, but to kind of create a situation people like start to think like, oh, like it would be smart if I, like as someone who works in Old Town that is, going to be experiencing some of that like parking challenge, where it's like, okay, like, right, like I need to start riding my bike more. And I know that that's not everyone's option and choice. And that's why, like the Transit Authority, we're doing a lot of work around microtransit and
like a shuttle that goes round and round.
Yeah. Well, and also like on-demand microtransit. So basically you can, right now, you can get on the app and go in and select that you want transit to come to your house or come to a designated spot near your house at a time that works for you. And then you can take that bus, to a site, and it's much more effective. And we're also working on like just the efficiency of ride time, so that one of the big things is that like, in order for people to use transit, you have to get from A to B fast enough that it works in people's days. So really working on that transition as well.
So what I'm hearing then is the engineers, which are really important to all this stuff. My friends are traffic engineers, and they pointed out how the roundabout at Hiller and McKinleyville Avenue didn't work, and there's some reasons why, because it was by schools and there's kids, and so it was a great idea. It didn't work. So the bottom line is, then the engineers say that we're not impacted until we are, and then we can talk about it.
Right. Exactly.
And then you're open to it. Then we could do it like a 10-story parking structure. Just kidding. Maybe.
No, I mean there are a couple sites in Old Town that I've identified, and and one of the things sorry, that we're looking at is also, like a little sort of like electric vehicle that would kind of make a loop around Old Town, so that you could get from kind of one parking area to Old Town faster.
Love it. Okay, cool. And then the transit center, then I got to talk about your legacy, and then we got to go, because I know I'm starting to run out of time because my clock's broken. But I have a sense, I know it like intuitively, like 60 minutes.
We're having too much fun, and then
right there.
Going to be
Hey,
over.
Nick, where are we? I've never asked this before. Are we at how much time do we have?
53.
Oh, so how's your day? I've never asked Nick that, so I'm really like pretty relaxed right now.
Yeah, okay.
So if you're just joining us, it's my friend Leslie. So let's talk about the transit center.
Okay.
Because that's a great idea.
Yeah.
By the way, Netherlands, pretty tough to have a car in that nation.
Right.
Oh my gosh. We visited
Quality
3 times.
of life.
Oh, dude, the trains and the bikes. It was great. The greatest thing ever. Got it. My son goes, I go, Jesse, I missed the train. Oh, what are we going to do? He goes, Dad, it's not a plane. Every 8 minutes, there's another train going to the same places.
Right.
Maybe even more fun routes.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, cool. So very expensive there to have a car. Like craziness. And why? And there's no reason to.
Right.
Because you could walk or bike anywhere. So Transit Center downtown behind the Lost Coast Brewery.
Yep.
What's that going to be? What's that all about?
Okay. Well, it's going to be Transit Center on the bottom floor.
And it's happening, right?
It's happening. It is funded. They're in the working through the kind of finalizing the design. It's housing above, transit below. There's some, Danco is building the housing and building the transit center. And then there's some kind of like little partnerships. Like there's a partnership with Regional Center, and some of the housing there will be to support people with disabilities,
Cool.
a small percentage. Yeah, I believe it's 3 stories of housing above.
Wow. Shout out to Regional Center.
Yay, I know.
Good job.
Yeah,
Love those guys.
me too.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yep.
Special need. We have special needs son, Gabriel.
Ah.
And then our oldest, our 42-year-old said, Dad, I'm pretty sure our whole family's special needs, right? And I go, you got it, pal. Because who isn't? So anyway, so it's going to be a whole housing above. What will the transit center do for those of us that don't know anything about what one of those is?
Well, I mean, already this is the main connecting point for, the different bus lines. So it'll
be a hub.
It will be a hub. It will also be where, now the kind of longer distance lines will also come through that site. And so
like Greyhound or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
What about
Amtrak,
the big tour buses? I guess they're going to go wherever they're going to go.
Yeah, I think they're often going to hotels and things, is my understanding.
They could always dump people at a transit center.
But yeah, I don't think the transit center, I won't speak too much for staff.
So we'll have bikes and bike storage.
I think there's going to be some bike storage there.
Stick your bike there and go on the Amtrak.
And folks should definitely keep an eye out because those final plans will be coming back soon. So, and there's a lot of kind of pedestrian-facing improvements as well to bus stops and crosswalks and things like that.
So that in turn creates its own kind of downtown cool hub.
Exactly.
And business and buzz and vibe. And
and the idea is that, right, so that also will be workforce housing, and a lot of the Ink People staff works in Old Town, and we have several staff members that bus to and fro, but also that, can you imagine, there's a lot of jobs in Old Town that would qualify for folks to live in that housing. And so, it could be the person who's the barista in the coffee shop who now can just walk to work, right? And that's, I think, really, and why that kind of housing is being planned is that it actually is designed to meet the needs of people who are working in those areas, to also just cut down on the need for people to drive if you're already there and working there.
So you don't have to come in from McKinleyville like all of us. Some of us.
Yeah. It's...
That makes sense. Yeah. It's city center. So what are we going to say at your celebration of life when we get up and give speeches about you? And what would you hope people would say?
I'm thinking about my death. No. Dark turns, God.
No, you're already dead.
Right. I'm already dead. Okay, great. I'm not thinking about that right now.
That already happened. This is the after.
I hope they say that I was kind and that I cared about the community in a way that brought opportunity for many people to live good lives. That's what I hope about my life. And that I made weird art in the process.
And there's some weird art. As a result, there's some weird art happening. I like it. So I always like to focus on this for just a second to see if AI got you right.
Uh-oh.
And it didn't. So it's funny. Born and raised in Eureka.
Whoa.
Went to Humboldt State.
No.
I know, right?
No, two for two. No.
Hallucinating. How about this one? I like this one. Leslie represents a blend of local roots, professional experience, and a transparent, community-focused approach to governance. Ooh, very flattering.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's true. As a member of the Eureka City Council, she continues to work toward a vision of a thriving, sustainable city that values its residents and natural surroundings. Her studied leadership and dedication to public service make her a key figure in Eureka's ongoing development. Mic drop. Pretty good.
Oh, okay.
We'll take that part.
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, AI.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I like you.
I like you.
Thanks. I do what I can.
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks for joining us on the 100% Humboldt podcast. We do this every week from Nick's studio here at Westwood One. And
thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. You're amazing. And he's got Growing Pains, which is his podcast. Huh. So shout out to Growing Pains. Shout out to Dick Taylor Chocolate, to our friends at Quality Body, Ross Creech and the crew. Killer, wonderful people.
Okay.
And also Dutch Bros, because Jill is amazing. And so, sorry, I won't mention the other coffee place.
Right.
Having said that, we're all over the podcast world, and we're on Access Humboldt, which is, you're a big fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge. And also, don't forget YouTube, which is, we'll have a full hour. Anyway, next time, send us money, send us cards, send us comments, like us, subscribe to us, love us, care for us. And this is Scott Hammond saying thanks, Leslie.
Thanks, Scott.